Hello, boys and girls, it's your boy, King Jiffy Coates, also known as Jeff Coates, and here I'm sitting with William Bain, the writer of, I'll let you say the name one more time.
Altered Fate, thank you very much.
Altered Fate, there it is. He's got a book. He's worked with Resbeer in the past on some of Resbeer's, like, horror videos. He does stuff like Mr. Creepypasta. Really cool channel. Go check them out. I had, Ben couldn't make it today, so I reached out to the sub. We got Willie here, Willie Maximus, and we're going to be reading a couple classic creepypastas. Now, I pulled up two today. First one we're going to be looking at is, and we'll see how much time we got. We might not get to the second one, but we're definitely going to do It Looked Like Me, which, before I ever get into them, I don't think I've done a lot of the, what are these, like, shapeshifter? I'm guessing it's going to be a shapeshifter. Or, Skinwalker. Yeah, from the title, I'm guessing it's Skinwalker. But I haven't really delved into Skinwalker stuff. But, usually I do the voices. If you want to read the story, we can do that. Or I can read it. It's up to you, Willie.
No, I was watching your videos. I saw your format, and you were doing all the funny voices. I don't have very many funny voices, so I will let you do that one.
Sounds fair to me.
Alrighty then.
I'll let you take it away.
Alright. I'm going to ask you a bit of a strange question. Have you ever seen yourself?
No,
I don't
mean
mean
looking at your mirrors in my house, actually. I removed them all. After I hit about 210 pounds, I was like, I'm getting every single one of my mirrors outside of my house, burning them and melting them down.
Wait, were you, what?
Oh, no, I made a joke about the mirrors in my house. I burned them all. Melted them all down. Got rid of them. Never seen myself. Don't know what I look like. I don't even keep a recording up of anything I look like. So, that's fair enough.
Yeah, no. I don't blame you. That sounded worse than I meant it to. All right, for a second there, I thought you were taking over and I had missed a quotation mark.
Oh, no. I'm just being my typical asshole self. That's really all I know how to do.
No, that's good. First time reading with you, so even if I've watched your videos, I still gotta figure out your rhythm, right? Now then, where was I? Yeah, I don't mean looking at your reflection in a mirror or seeing pictures of yourself. I mean to ask, have you honestly seen yourself? You probably haven't, as it's near mathematically impossible. I'm asking this because I need to know. I need to know that I'm not alone in what I experienced. I need to know that someone else has gone through the very same blood-freezing, chest-aching fear that I have. I mean, we've all had our anxiety attacks.
Yeah, dude. Mine's named Chuck Norris. He likes to show up into my house and try to fight me, and I'm always super scared of it because he's a tough guy. I don't know if you know a lot about Chuck Norris, but a real tough guy. And I do my best, but I can't always win.
I mean, that reminds me of one of the worst experiences I had, where I was doing some stupid stuff when I was younger, and I came to the conclusion that I had a midget living under a leprechaun living under my trailer, and he was playing the Pokemon.
There you go. That's fair. I think we all have
those. So that was I was up like 36, 72 hours. I can't remember. Anyways, I never did think something like this would happen to me. I vividly recall this happening on a July about a year and a half ago. It had rained during the day. That, coupled with an increasingly hot weather, made for a miserably muggy night. Not to mention it had fogged up to a high hell. If you were outside, you'd be lucky to see more than 5 feet ahead of you. Despite that, it had begun to clear up as the night went on. Sorry, I'm digressing. The night, hot as a tea kettle at the peak of its use, had done much to keep me awake. I decided to sleep without a blanket. There I lay on my bed, warm, uncomfortable, and breathing as though I'd just come back from a run. I was stuck for a decent position to sleep in. Wow, I haven't read aloud like this in high school.
You're fine. If you want, I can take over for a bit. I like reading too. Like, you seem like real anxious, bro. It's just a podcast, dog. It's not that big.
Me trying to control my stutter, which I keep seeing that I. So
No, you're chill,
yeah.
bro. You know what they say? Shit happens when you party naked. Bring wet wipes. So.
I'm just stuttering, and I realized that I'm not sitting in the little recording booth where I can edit out all my stutters.
No, it's fine, man. In this song, doesn't have a lot of dialogue, so I feel like I could pop in for a bit. I would love to pop in for a bit. That's fair. That's fair.
By all means, I am not here to take over. I'm the guest.
I just knew it'd be fun to pull people from our sub and then have them on the show. So, these are like fun episodes. So that's the goal, is always to keep it fun and light. I don't want to put it all the work on one guy. So I'll do my best.
I am a naturally nervous. I am a naturally finicky person.
That's fair.
Fidgety.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I'm the same way. Every time I'm alone in my bed, it's a little warm because of the blankets. I get a little fidgety, finicky as well. So, all right. My window had been left open for hours. The screen I left in a place serving as a mesh barrier between me and the decidedly uncomfortable outside. I think that window is what allowed me to hear it. Normally, people in my neighborhood go on walks during all times of the day. It doesn't matter what day or what time it is. If it's walkable out, someone is going to be walking. Like, what fucking neighborhood doesn't have people walking whenever it's walkable outside? That's not a special neighborhood.
We don't live where I live.
No,
maybe there's gunshots in my neighborhood every night.
Well, that's unfortunate. Mad unfortunate. But in walkable neighborhoods, though, that's what he said was, I feel like walkable neighborhoods, people be walking, you know? They just be going on some nice leisurely strolls. I think that would, because it's like, if it's walkable outside, if there's gunshots, that's not a walkable outside. That's a non-walkable outside. That's a runnable outside.
One of the first streams that I did with Resbeer, there were actually gunshots in the neighborhood. They actually were able to hear over the microphone.
Yeah, no, that happened with Ben one time. But it wasn't on. We hadn't started recording yet, but there was like down the street from his apartment in the city he lives in. There were some gunshots and a lot of sirens, and it was a whole ordeal. It was pretty crazy. But, right. So then, I didn't find it to be all that surprising when I heard a familiar noise of footsteps outside my window in the street. My room is located on the second floor, so the sound was a little less pronounced. But it wasn't something I needed to go out of my way to hear. I grabbed my phone from the nightstand and put on some music. At this point, it was 2 a.m, and I was about to give an arm and a leg to get some sleep. Even with the loud music blasting and likely damaging my eardrums, it felt like I was cut off from the world, if only temporarily. So he was playing the music, right? Is that what I'm getting here? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I thought maybe the neighbors were loud.
Music blasting in his headphones.
Yeah, that's
He's got
fair.
music blasting in his headphones. Like, I remember being that teenager.
You know, I was, I've always been pretty hard of hearing since I was about 15 or something. So definitely listen to really loud music. As it is with most good things in the world, it didn't last. A mere few minutes into my listening, I heard something relatively close to me. I did hear it that time. It sounded like your entire house was gonna float away. You're gonna go take a trip to Oz.
It is a little distracting.
Nah, it's not that big of a deal. There's been worse. Yeah, but I was just like, dang, bro's dipping out, and not by choice. He's literally going to another dimension.
I mean, yeah, no, if this picks up anymore, shit.
If someone had done something in the streets, in my current condition, would be likely to hear it. But I, as sure as the sun rises, would hear something if it came near my window. And that's just what happened. Rather sharply, a rock smashed against the surface of my window. Of course, it didn't hit the screen, but rather the half of the window that was still glass. So half his window is glass and the other half is screen?
So I think he's got it like raised up and there's only like screen covering the part that's open and he's got glass above that.
That still doesn't make sense because don't the mesh screens sit in front of in front of the entire window?
Depends on your window design. My trailer has kind of funky. The glass is actually on the outside of the window, and the
screen's
on the inside. Actually on the inside.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wild.
So it depends. It depends on your construction of window.
That's wild. They put it on the inside. I always thought those were an outside thing. I thought everybody had outies. No, but here I'm finding out about innies. Yep. Where I come from, those are called vagina windows. Anyways. Where was I? The rock, more importantly. I could immediately tell something was off. So I yanked my headphones off and went to my window. I wondered just who could be up at this hour. And more importantly, why. Of all the houses, they chose to throw a rock at mine.
I guess I can take over.
Yeah, you got it. Go.
What I saw when I looked out into the street didn't scare me per se. No, rather it weirded me out a little. Someone was walking around in a slight circular motion while humming. I could make them out to be male from the slight glow of the streetlight gave off, but I wasn't able to discern much else. Weird, I thought. I moved away from the window and got back into bed. Suddenly, I wasn't feeling so restless anymore. Whatever that person had been doing outside, it coincided with the sudden heavy feeling of tiredness that overcame me. I closed my eyes and did my best to try and get to sleep. An undetermined amount of time passed, but it could have been more than half an hour. Whatever dozing off I'd done was quickly and once again sharply cut off by the sound of another rock slamming into my window. This time, it was a strange sense of curiosity that I felt as I got up and went to the window once more. This time, it was more a sense of irritation. I could have passed the first time off as being some kind of funny, albeit crass, joke. The second time a rock hit my window, I knew that person who did it was trying to mess with me. And well, worked.
There's a couple things in here that come off really Reddit. We're gonna like address our like early creepypasta.
By all means,
the first thing,
give them a chance to win or die down.
The first thing, bro, is the undetermined amount of time, but it couldn't have been more than a half an hour. Why couldn't you have just said, like, I hate when they do that. It couldn't have, like, it literally could have like rephrased that so easily, but it's like, after an undetermined amount of time. Well, I guess it was a half hour, but it's undetermined. Yeah, like every time that bothers me. I don't know what it is. It's not like the biggest hit, but anytime I see albeit, or it's just, I'm like,
it is very rarely well used.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that word.
Very rarely well used.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, no, yeah, like as I was reading that, I'm like, did I really just say that series of words in determining it, but then he determined the time? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely determined the time right away. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, but according to my watch, it's been a half hour.
Sure thing, Data.
So stupid. But, I don't know, dude. Just the idea that somebody throwing a rock, he's like, they're messing with me. It gotta be. The first time was an accident. Who accidentally throws a rock in somebody's window? Like, what are we doing here, dude? No, it's not like second floor. We're talking second story. This isn't like outside first story. The window gets nicked. The wind blows something into it. This guy's on the second story. They're throwing shit out his window. He goes out and like peers through the curtains like a creep instead of just like flailing them open and like just presenting his penis. Nah, he's got to like sit from the edge, like look through, be a little bitch about it, and he's like, I think there's a man under that light.
Yeah, I know. The second story kind of throws out every defense that I could come up with the guy.
Yeah, no. He literally every defense. That's what it was just like, bro, you're on the second story. Like, who the fuck? Like, obviously they're chucking rocks at your window. The first time they were chucking rocks. Like, what do you think they're doing, dude? I'm just waiting for John Cusack to show up with his stupid fucking boombox. Like, that's all I'm waiting for. Is just John Cusack to show up for something. I love that that's been like immortalized.
Yeah,
not a lot of people have seen that actual movie, but everybody knows that scene. In the movie, it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, no, it's gonna never die, and it
didn't work in the movie. She didn't get back with him. He literally held the jukebox up for no reason other than to be a creep outside of her house. There was no other reason.
Been so long.
It was so stupid, dude. I can't even remember what that movie is, but there was like...
Not at the Rockbury, I want to say.
No, that was Will Ferrell and the other guy. That was a Dan.
They also do the jukebox outside the window thing,
Yeah, but it was literally to parry that scene.
Oh, okay, so I'm getting the reference mixed up with the original.
Yeah. So the original was John Cusack wearing his trench coat, holding up this jukebox. He's playing some love song outside of his girl's window that had broken up.
Right. And I can see it in my mind's eye.
Yeah, and he's just like standing there, and then it's been like immortalized through time, but he doesn't even get the girl, bro. Like, it doesn't work. It just falls flat. John Cusack does not come out a winner in that film. Or maybe he does. I can't remember. I did not enjoy that movie. I think it was like Nothing But You or some shit. I don't know. It was a dumbass movie.
Like I said, I was getting the reference mixed up with the original. So
No, Night of the
yeah,
Roxbury is a
can't
fucking
even-
like clit slapping good time, bro. That shit's absolutely fucking fire. Like, just a fucking mass perfection of cinema. But the other one, yeah.
Anyways, I slid the screen out of its place. As I did so, the rusty metal of the rusty metal of the screeched. The rusty metal of the screeched quietly. Okay, then that's a great piece of
Of the
literacy.
screeched. Well, that's how I describe the rusty metal when it makes a sound. It's of the screeched. It doesn't screech. It's of the screeched. It belongs to the people of the screech. And they talk in really beautiful language and sing very beautiful songs. It sounds like...
I thought I was having a stroke trying to read that.
No. It definitely was
The
the
rusty metal
most
of the
crazy
screech
way of writing that.
and made my skin crawl. I spent so many times going over my book, like looking for every little detail, and this is what people are just sitting there posting?
But yeah, this is old too. This was like iconic back in the day. Like, it looked like me.
That just
is
makes
like,
it worse.
Yeah, no, there literally is some of the dumbest stories ever, like, became popular. But you got to remember the reasons these were popular is it was like, I was in like middle school when this like elementary school, middle school when this stuff was becoming popular, and everybody was hyped about this because it was like you were a kid just like chilling, like your buddy would send you something and you're like 12, so everything in the world's scary to you because why not?
Yeah.
I'm kind of shitting on this early. This could make a turn. This absolutely can make a turn.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit on the writer himself. Like the story itself is fairly, beat for beat, color by number. It's a story.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of work into what I did, and it took me years.
That's fair.
And this is what gets popular.
No, 100%. That's the way it be sometimes.
Anyways,
I poked my head
out the.
You got it.
You want to take over?
No, there's gonna be dialogue. I got this, dude. I'm gonna do some dope ass dialogue here.
Oh, nope. Yeah, I see quotation marks coming up. All right, yeah, I got this. I poked my head out the window. At this point in time, waking others up and disturbing their sleep wasn't a concern of mine. My only thought was to give this rock-throwing agitator a piece of my mind.
Hey, what are you doing? It's nearly 3 in the morning.
Alrighty then. I held off on being more explicit with my words, as I was still curious about why this guy was out there.
I just feel like this guy's Cartman from South Park.
I mean,
Angry.
that's exactly where my mind went, was Cartman, and I'm sitting there like, wow. Okay.
I'm getting him.
There you go. You're getting closer.
Yeah.
He didn't reply with he didn't reply with words. Instead, it looked as though he threw his head back and began the motion of laughing. I mean, there are worse motions that he could have been doing.
Yeah.
But there was no sound. He looked almost like a mime.
Oh, so scary. Laughing with no sound. My tivers be shimmered. This was such a thing at that time period. It was like the big creepy smile and then the laughing without a sound, which isn't scary, dude. I don't care what anybody says. They're like, but imagine somebody like, and I'm like that just looks like you're choking on a dick incredibly enthusiastically. Like, there's nothing terrifying about that.
I'm definitely feeling some generational divide here.
Yeah, no, this is what at the time everybody was like, could you imagine if it was like a mime and they were like laughing, like, but it was like silent, and it's never worked on me. Never worked. I don't find it. I also don't think clowns in movies are scary though. So maybe if you have like a fear of clowns, it would get you. But
colorophobia, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Where was I?
Clowns.
Fear of clowns. Like, unless it's something like It, and even like Pennywise. But
I didn't even think Pennywise is the scariest of the movie. It's all the other stuff. It's about Pennywise being able to become your greatest fear, I think, is what's the scariest part of Pennywise.
And I just love the original Tim Curry's impersonation.
I love the new one too. And you know why I love what he did with the new one? Because he could have done what everybody else does when they take over an iconic role. And even Heath Ledger did this. Because Heath Ledger is just Jack in an octave higher. If you think about it, like, let's see if I can still do it. You ever walk with the devil in the cool moonlight? And then you jump up to Heath Ledger and you know how I got these scars? It's literally just Jack in an octave higher, right?
That is a very good Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. So, but you know what I mean. So, like, that's they're literally, and everybody's like, but he made it so original and so. And I'm like, he did a great job. Don't get me wrong. Heath Ledger deserved the Oscar for that. fantastic portrayal. But to pretend that he wasn't influenced by Jack is just asinine. What I liked about what I can't even remember the dude's name who played the new Pennywise, but I really like him in everything I've ever seen him in.
His name is Skarsgård.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, Bill Skarsgård. Is the fact that he made Pennywise his own. There is nothing between the two that is the same in terms of portrayal.
I will actually add to that. He also respected the IP.
Yeah, he was like, because like for some reason, dude, like I love Tim Curry, but Tim Curry did like a Brooklyn accent,
and he also was like he was also a really rambunctious and wild, funny clown to have just behind it.
Yeah, dude, everything was like my favorite part of it, like favorite line in the entire movie is actually in the second part where he's like, oh, Billy boy. That's my favorite line where he like pops his jaw and he says, Billy boy. I just love that. Like, it was, you want a balloon. But he was just like kind of gruff and different, and he worked for what he was doing, and he's the only good part of that movie. Like that, or that TV miniseries. That miniseries is fucking dog water. Everybody like holds it up. It's honestly dog water. It's dog shit. But he is, you watch it for Tim Curry. And the new one, I think, is just a better film. Like, people, like, hate on the jump scares and whatever, but it's just a better film. Both of them are better films.
It has its merits, and it also has its not-so-good qualities, but you
can say that about the book. Because, like, let's be honest, dude. Stephen King is one of the most overbloated fucking writers of all time. Like,
hey, you're talking shit on one of my inspirations.
Oh wait, hold on. If we're gonna be real, I've been like I've read Stephen King books, and that dude will fucking bore you out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, you will be so fucking bored.
I will give you credit that it's usually the Stephen King movies that I have gotten my inspiration from.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's not that he's a bad writer. I would never say Stephen King's a bad writer, but he bloats the fuck out of everything. That's just kind of something he does. Fair. Like, you know how many times I've tried to read Pet Sematary and get bored out of my fucking mind because it's so bloaty and, like, over-explains itself? And that's not that it's a bad book, because what I've read of it is very good. It just, like, for example, dude, I just listened to Child of God, dude, and Child of God gets to the Cormac McCarthy does not fucking play around. That dude just gets to the fucking point. And you're like, oh my god, that serial killer in Child of God is a terrifying individual without it ever being inherently scary of a book. And like,
that's good.
I don't know a lot of horror writers because I'm not like in the horror scene like that much. I know Dean Koontz is a name that gets thrown around a lot. Don't know any of his novels.
Clive Barker.
Clive Barker? Yeah, well, Clive Barker is a G, dude. I fucking love me some Clive Barker. That dude's a fucking badass.
They even had a couple of games off of his stuff.
Yeah. He did what was the first one, like, really good, and I can't remember what it is.
The first thing that comes to my mind is Clive Barker's Undying.
Yeah, that game's kind of trash.
Well,
the
that's
other
the first one that comes to my mind.
The other one is, I think I have it on my PC somewhere.
One of the did he do one of the?
Oh no, Undying's the good one. Undying's the good one. Jericho's the bad one. Undying's dope. Undying is like, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of games like BioShock and stuff are actually inspired by Undying, because Undying is in that same genre.
Yeah, I can feel that. I was about to say, you're talking a lot of shit on my childhood, man.
No. Undying's dope. I played that recently. I've been playing, I've never finished it, but I played a bit of it like here and there. I always mean to sit down and finish it, but Undying's good. Jericho's fucking awful. The shooting feels so bad in Jericho. I have it on Xbox 360, and it's just not a good game. It's I mean, the shooting just feels like, it almost feels like you're not even shooting a gun, which is weird for an FPS game. In Jericho?
I mean, you're clicking a mouse, you're holding a pulling a trigger on a controller.
Yeah, but that's what games are supposed to do. This is in the era of like Halo 3 and Call of Duty, and we're not gonna like have good combat mechanics. Every game was like, you're going into like the most cutthroat gaming sphere of that era, and you're gonna make your shooting fucking like
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, it's so trash. It was so trash. I want to play it because I'm like, it has like an interesting concept and stuff. Jericho like seems like a really cool game, and from what I hear, it's just the gameplay fucking beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, I've been having the last game I picked up that was like that I wanted to pick up from back in the day, it suffers from not being new enough that some of the problems back in the day are really big now. Getting stuck in the map.
Yeah, that's an issue. Getting stuck in the map.
Oh yeah.
That like that, or like it would be like you'd be walk over something and all of a sudden you're glued to the floor and you're like, fuck, this is a
yeah. No, like there were some gems in the past, but yeah, no. Anyways, yeah, that coupled with the light from the fog in the streets made for a rather unsettling sight. I wasn't outright terrified at this moment, but I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little unnerved. Then, just as fast as the silent laughing came, it waned, and the figure stood stock still once more. Just before I could ask it another question, it began to walk in the direction of my house. I began to back up, my uneasiness quickly rising into a more pronounced fear.
That fear. I thought you were leaving it open for me. I was like, I'll jump in. I got it, dude.
I was scrolling down, but I could use a quick smoke break, so...
yeah, dude, I got it, dude. That fear quickly dissipated when I realized it was walking up the street in the direction of my house. It just looked as though the man was coming near me. I waited until I couldn't see him anymore, and I retreated from the window, but not before sliding the screen back in place. I winced again as the old metal screeched. I laid back down in bed and closed my eyes again. Soon I found myself dozing off once more. The sounds of the man walking up and down the street were strangely enough almost soothing. It wouldn't have been my first pick to sleep, or first pick for sleep ambience, but it worked, and I found that I was having a much easier time getting to sleep. Some time passed again. I wasn't sure how long it'd been, but I knew that my waking up was no accident. That damned metal screeching wrenched me rather violently out of my short-lived slumber. I took a few seconds to register what was happening as I blinked the sleep and gunk out of my eyes. I panicked. When it finally clocked. I think he meant clicked. When it finally clicked, I panicked. Somehow, someone was at my second floor window, sliding the rusty metal screen to its side. I could only assume it was an attempt to get into my room. Panicking, I fumbled around the area near my nightstand until my hands found purchase on my lap. Working my hands up the electrical brass device faster than I could ever remember doing before, I flicked the light on and turned to face the person who was trying to make their way into my room. I nearly fell back into my nightstand. My panic had grown from a small attack of anxiety in my chest to a full-blown assault of mind-rendering fear that cascaded from my brain down to my entire body. The person sliding the screen to make his way into my room was me. At least it looked like me. His face was stretched into an eerie smile, and his head was shaking. Remembering what I'd seen him do before, it looked as though he was doing the exact same thing, laughing in motion. I made the connection that this had to have been. I wondered why he'd thrown the rocks in my window, and more importantly, I wondered just why he looked like me. He reached inside, and gripping the window frame with an arm that looked just a little too long, he was making his way into my room. I had to think quick. I didn't know what would happen if he managed to get in, and I didn't really want to find out. Looking around, my eyes once more settled on the nightstand. Right next to my lap was a hunting knife my brother had gifted me for my birthday a few years earlier. I grabbed the blade, removed it from its leather case, and I turned back around to see that the man had gotten a leg into my room. I was afraid that he might do something when I used the knife, but it couldn't have been worse than what he may have been planning to do once he was fully inside. Steeling my nerves, I rushed toward and began to stab furiously at the head of the thing that looked just like me. I stabbed it over and over again. I kept stabbing it until sounds of the blade sloshing against the wet, shredded flesh and bone and brain were the only ones I heard. I retracted the knife and threw it across my room before pushing the thing out my window and slamming it shut. Why'd you chuck the knife?
I mean, you can definitely tell it was written by a teenager.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just launch the blade out of like, this is like so over the top, but I love it. This got me in it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, look at this guy. Look at this guy coming in with this panic writing. Hey, this is pretty cool guy right here.
I mean,
It's not great.
like,
it's not great. Well, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
definitely interesting.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. This is crazy.
Like, tell me without telling me you've never stabbed something before.
I don't know. I actually like the description of the stabbing. It's not the whole description, but the blade sloshing against wet, shredded flesh and bone and brain. The brain was kind of garbage, but I like the sloshing bit. I don't know why. It doesn't really fit that great, but we all know what sloshing sounds like. And if you think it's like, so it makes it kind of visceral in a way.
I'll give you that it is a very good choice of word for that particular
Yeah, no, this is definitely written by a kid that hasn't written a ton of stuff, but that was a bar. That was a bar. I'll give him that.
He definitely chose it. Like, of all the words he threw in there, that was definitely an interesting choice. I'll give you that one.
I'll give him that. I'll give him that, dude. It was a pretty good line before chucking the knife for absolutely no reason. I would have added a Jean-Claude Van Damme kick. Like, I would have had him Jean-Claude Van kick him out of the window, because at that point,
you see, that's how you can tell when this was written, on what movie reference that they throw in. Like,
yeah, well, I would have thrown
time Sparta kick, Jean-Claude Van Damme kick.
Dude, just if he would have just put in like one of those type of kicks, I was like, he's trying to B movie this, because I'll give a lot more credit to a story when it becomes more like schlocky B movie. Like the first story we did on HauntedRouter,
especially 90s B movies.
Yeah, dude. And the first story we did on HauntedRouter was The Chasm, which we broke it up into 4 parts. But I love that story because it is just a bad B movie. The whole story is just a bad monsters fighting each other B movie, and it's just the stupidest story ever made. I mean, it has a character called Vampire Cop at one point, and it's just ridiculous, and I love it. And I like, if you go into it expecting it to be a scary story, you're gonna hate it. But if you go into it expecting like Toxic Commando, you will think it's the greatest thing ever.
Well, I'm glad I came into this with no expectations whatsoever.
That's fair.
Where were we?
You got it. You take over, buddy.
Alrighty then. There in front of the window, I stood. My breath came heavy and labored. My hands were shaking, and I had splatters of strange black blood on my clothing and face. But I was okay. Whatever that thing was, I'd gotten it. Hopefully. Soon after that, the adrenaline wore off, and I found myself to be more tired than I'd felt that night, or felt all night. Tore off my dirty shirt and collapsed into bed. Sleep came to me quicker that time than it had any other night, and this time, I wasn't awoken by any outside noise. The next day, I took it upon myself to investigate the area outside my window. So he just leaves a dead body right there at his window?
Fuck it. You know what they say. Cheers in a bucket, say fuck it. Dead bodies, it's not going anywhere. What am I gonna do? Call the cops, say that I broke into my own house and murdered myself? Like...
Yeah, no, like...
Alright, no, definitely, I would not leave the body out there. That's super stupid. He definitely should have called the cops.
Yeah, no, like, that's of all the things to snap me out of my focus, though. The next day, I took it upon myself to investigate the area outside my window. I found 2 things of interest. On the outside walls of the house leading up to the window were muddy scuff marks. That settled it for me. The thing had to have climbed up the wall. Somehow, that was the less terrifying of the two discoveries. The second one, I discovered simply by looking down. In the shrubbery surrounding my house, there was that same black blood. Accompanying it this time, however, was what looked like a large mass of flesh. I covered up with more shrubs and decided to let nature take its course. Okay, so I guess the thing took off. I never told my parents.
It was a large mass. I think it disintegrated into a large mass of flesh.
So we're thinking the mist rules.
I guess, dude.
That's fair. I never told my parents. They would have thought me crazy. And I wasn't looking to deal with that kind of pressure. Not after what had happened to me that night. That was a year and a half ago. Since then, I haven't seen anything like what happened that night. I still have questions. What was it? Why did it come to my room? Why did it want to come into my room? I mean, I think what was that one, actually? The Doppelganger movie with the tethered and the kid with the mask.
Oh, them. Or us? It was done by Jordan Peterson, or not Jordan Peterson, not Jordan Peterson, but like what's his name? Dude, it's Us though. It's definitely called Us.
Yeah, it's some like a singular word like that. But yeah, no, like it. Yeah, no. Have you? Every doppelganger tries to kill you. Like,
Yeah, it's Jordan Peele, not Jordan Peele. Us. I watched that a long time ago, and I just remember being bored. I'm not gonna lie,
it keeps popping up in various movie lists whenever I'm letting YouTube run through its thing.
dude. But his first movie was super good. Whatever that one was with the like black people, and then like replacing them with white people's brains so that they could be black. Whatever that movie was fucking dope.
Yeah, I know that one as well.
That one was really good.
Also for the same reason.
Yeah, yeah, I did enjoy that movie.
Chief among those, I guess this predates those movies though.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
You
So
know,
this guy did it first.
Power to him. Among those questions was the one regarding me. Just why did it look like me? That's the most unnerving part. Something that looked like me tried to come into my room for who knows what reason. It failed, but that doesn't change the intent. I don't think I'll ever know what caused of anything that happened that night. I just have to be okay with that. It's not like I have any other choice anyways. Still, I'm left thinking about one last question and a word of advice. Have you ever seen yourself? I don't mean to ask if you've looked in the mirror or a photo. I mean to ask, have you ever seen someone that looked exactly like you? If the answer is anything but a resounding no, there's only one piece of advice I can give you. Watch out if you do. I mean, that's a nice sign off.
Great sign off.
He at least, he comes back full circle, and he definitely understands poetry at least better than I do, because I can't think of the particular one that starts with a line and ends with that same line.
No, it's good. It's good. It's like a Norm Macdonald joke.
Yeah, no. So, power to him. Like,
yeah, no. I mean, honestly, this was definitely it had it. I wouldn't completely shit on it because I think that it has some decent qualities, and I like the idea of you, like a version of you trying to get you. But I think where it's not scary to me, or not even, it's not scary, but where it loses me is the fact that it's like the most intimidating thing this thing did was like just like open its mouth and then like laugh with no sound, and he dispersed it really quickly. Was not at all intimidating whatsoever. He beat it resoundingly easily. So
oh yeah, no,
yeah, just stabbed the shit out of it and then launched the knife, 2 thumbs up, walked the fuck out. Like, went back to bed and then covered a mound of flesh with shrubs, like that's going to hide it. Like that. Oh, hold on.
I mean,
let me put a leaf on it. That's good.
To be fair,
cleared.
Could look like a dead raccoon that got mangled by a dog,
Yeah, but who just has a fucking dead raccoon outside of their house, like covered by a shrub? That they like, yeah, you scoop the raccoon up with a shovel, you throw it in your trash can. His parents probably walked home and were like, "The fuck is that? The fuck is that, Jimmy? Jimmy, there's a dead fucking thing in the front lawn, and the black slime is coming from your window. What happened last night, Jimmy? Why did you cover it with leaves?"
He's like, and he said that he never told his parents, so they probably spent fucking hours. Jimmy, what the fuck happened?
Yeah,
Jimmy, that went fucking for hours.
It has the bones with the beginning and end to be something cool. But it is the most by the numbers doppelganger story of all time. But hey, at this time period, there was a lot of stories like that on like creepypastas. It was one of those things that I think I don't know. It was just at that time that was just kind of what people wrote about. And I've always looked at this as a lot of people like look at these stories like they're trying to be like actual writers in the these were people fucking getting an idea out of their head and throwing it right into the internet. That's all they were doing.
Yeah,
and
that's power to them.
And that's what's cool about it too. That's what's like so cool about like sites like creepypasta. I mean, I guess Reddit for sure. No sleep on Reddit and r/horror stories. HauntedRouter, shout out us. Like it's all just like you post your first drafts at any age. You have fun with them. You get some critiques. You keep improving as a writer. which is cool.
I mean, I wish I had done that whenever I was a kid. Like, this kind of thing was just before a lot of this was even a thing. Like, I predate YouTube. I predate so much of this internet stuff, and it is weird stepping into it now. Because I remember whenever it was a complete unthinkable to be writing a story online and just sending it out into the ether, and all of a sudden it becoming a huge thing. Like, that was not that. And I'll watch some of these younger YouTubers, and I'm just like, wow, you've been doing this since you were literally 10 years old. And whenever I was 10, that didn't exist. So power to you, kid.
Yeah, for sure. There's more resources now as a creator than ever before, and it's cool to see how it's evolved. That's why even though me and Ben don't usually hit these stories, I figured when I do have people on, and I get people for these like 7 episodes, to kind of hit some of these older ones that we miss so constantly. But I think that's what we're gonna do today. I think that one was long enough. That rounds us pretty close to an hour.
Really? Wow.
I think we're at like 40 minutes, 30.
Oh, I guess we did go on a lot of tangents.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's the fun about these shows. We're not just reading the story. We're fucking.
Oh yeah, no. Me and Resbeer, we got drawn off on so many off the wall tangents that didn't even make it into some of the videos.
No, that's how it works, dude. That's how it works with this podcasting game. But yeah, no, thank you so much for coming on, man.
That's what color looks like.
Yeah, dude.
This was fun.
The sunglasses fedora was a hell of a choice.
It was a last second, fuck it, why not? I remember you had the I was going for like the old school, like I believe the term is traditional noir. Traditional noir is but there's a brand of gothic, aristocratic goth, something along the lines of Gomez Adams before back in the early 90s.
Oh, there you go.
So that's kind of what I was going for, something along the lines like the 90s, believe it or not. I was going for an anthology, old school anthology look, since I happened to have it lying around. And I don't know if it looked good or came off well. My camera might not be very good, so
it is what it is. I'm just fucking having fun with the medium. So that's all
exactly what I
exactly. Fucking having fun.
Okay, I got this. I happen to have this look because this is kind of my style, anyways. So I just kind of like, fuck it. Like, I got a weird style. People are always telling me I look like either like a 60s era gangster to fucking some kind of empire. I've got all kinds of weird references.
There you go, man. I mean, everybody's got their things. That's what makes the world such an interesting place, I guess. Absolutely. But all right, I guess I'll sign it off. Thank you so much again, dude. Go buy his book. He'll send me the link. Go pick it up on Amazon. Is it on Amazon?
Yep, it is available on Amazon. If I remember correctly, you should still be able to read it for free if you have a Kindle subscription or something along that lines.
There you go. Well, he'll send me the link. I'll put it in the description so you guys can fucking make use of that. Go check out his book.
I would definitely appreciate some kind of feedback.
Yeah, and I'd say I narrated on my YouTube channel, but I don't want to get copyright claimed. And those production companies
I think
are dickheads.
If you have my permission, I think.
I don't think that. Like, I don't know how. I mean, maybe. Well, we'll have to talk.
That is actually a very interesting prospect. I was thinking about doing some kind of narration on my channel, but I'm not much of a channel host.
Yeah. So, maybe one day. We'll talk about it. I'll see. That would be a project.
I keep networking like this. I might end up stumbling into something. Like I said, this was not a thing when I was growing up, and me stepping into this world is a very weird experience, especially once I started realizing how many professional voice actors have basically been with me through my entire life. Do you know who Critical Role is?
No.
All right, they are a group of voice actors who actually live stream and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen clips of that. Absolutely, yeah. I've seen them on TikTok or like YouTube Shorts or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's hard to avoid them. They are all over the internet.
Yeah.
Once I found them and I started going back and watching a bunch of shows from my childhood, I'm finding their names in the credits fucking everywhere. And it's just like, oh my god, these people raised me more than my parents did. And it's been a wild ride, and that's why I asked you if you knew Resbeer. I'm like, hey, am I actually doing some networking thing? Is this a thing? And behold, you did know them, so I'm like, okay, wow, this is cool.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I can't remember the story that was Resbeer's. It was a while ago. To be honest, I know that we credited their channel, but it was like, I've done so many of these stories at this point.
yeah,
You know, that
I would like.
I think if I remember right, the Dreamcatcher one I think is Resbeer's, and I know I read another one of Resbeer's in the past. I just can't.
Yeah, no, like I was just curious because it's just like I've been trying to network. Done the same thing with the soul food guy. He he does Verdanta. He's actually the one who started me on voice acting.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Hold on. Let's see. Top. We're gonna find this dude. Posts all time. Shit. Yeah, I'm confusing the. No. This is the person who read the fusion stories. I have not. Which one was Resbeer, dude? I'm going insane. I'd have to check out the actual channel, dude. It's driving me nuts because I know. God dang it, dude. This is killing me. What story was it?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, no, for sure. I know that. I'm just trying to remember. Let's see.
But my point is, it's just cool that my attempts at networking are actually starting to pay off.
No, that's for sure cool.
Like, yeah, no, I was kind of hoping that either one of the people that I've been voice acting for sends my name to somebody else, like you basically happened here, or I got sent a link to somebody, or somebody's watching one of their things like, hey, I like that dude's voice. Is he available?
Yeah, man. Well, I'll definitely make sure to put your book in. I'll shout you. I'll post this thing on the sub. Obviously, people have to check you out, dude.
That would definitely be interesting. If this thing, if it starts making any kind of traction, I've got plans for it being a trilogy. It's just, it costs a lot of money to publish a book.
No, definitely.
That was rough. A funny story though, because I'm not very good with numbers and I'm much better with words, I got the dimensions wrong for the book and it came out looking like a Dr. Seuss. Yeah, it is hilarious. I don't know if I'm either going to lean into it whenever I do the other two, or if I'm going to try and fix it. So I've got one that looks like a Dr. Seuss, and the other ones that are looking a little bit more like a conventional, I don't know what I'd call it, young adult, teen. You know the Percy Jackson series?
Yes.
It's kind of a stoner Percy Jackson.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, like to put a... I've got a lot of Odyssey references in it. Like I mention as many gods and religions as I can. I'm trying to cover everything from conventional Christian to unconventional pagan to shamanistic to like various ghost stories. Like I'm trying to hit everything.
Hell yeah, dude. I like that. Well, I definitely hope tons of people check it out. But with that. Stop gooning in the goddamn closet and deuces. Awesome. That was good. I never did figure out the one, so I just decided to wrap it because I'm losing my mind. Oh shit! I did find it. Right here. I'll edit this in, dude. It was She's Not My Daughter or I Get Paid to Answer Phones. One of those two.
Yeah.
It was one of those two that was Resbeer's. Dear God, dude. I don't know why. Because I have their channel linked in the video or in the podcast episode. Like literally, and I could not find it. The episode's called The Silent Listener and the Imposter Daughter. That's what the episode's called. That has one of Resbeer's stories in it. Jesus Christ. I was losing my mind, dude. I was having to go ahead.
He's a pretty good writer himself. Like, he's sent me some stuff that he's done. I don't know if he's released it or not, so I don't know how much detail I want to go into, but unnerving. Like by the time I was done reading, I'm like, okay, no, that was actually kind of unnerving, and that it takes a lot to unnerve me.
Yeah, he's written some good. It's Top Gain. That's his Reddit name, is Top Gain. I've read a bunch of Top Gain stories, and so thinking about some other ones that have been on the sub. I can't remember I couldn't remember his Reddit handle, so that's why I was having trouble. But yeah, Top Gain is written, not Jeff the Fan Killer. I've written one more recent ones. He's got a marked series that is pretty fucking stacked. Like, I think there's one of 6 parts. I can't remember all the other one. I've read, like, I found a hidden room in my girlfriend's walls. It was okay. That one was okay. And then there's other ones that I really like, but the Return of the Phantom podcaster was good. Like, the 557 series, I think is pretty solid. That one was I think it's a little all over the place, but there's some really, really, really cool things in that one. And I'm a Good Boyfriend is a fantastic story. I'm a Good Boyfriend.
I'm a Good Boyfriend. Yeah, that's the one that he sent me that I don't know if that's the one that was actually able to unnerve me. I'm like, okay, that one, the way he wrote it from his perspective, like that one got me.
Yeah, it's super, super, super dope. It's I like that none of it happened. I really like that. It was very Jacob's Laddery, and I enjoyed the shit out of that story. It was,
to be honest, if it weren't for that, it would have unnerved me even more if it did if it wasn't that little twist in the end. He's in the cuckoo nest. Isn't there a Jack Nicholson movie where it's also similar to that one? Or did you reference it already?
I don't know. No, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is the Jack Nicholson movie.
Yeah, I think so. I think
because he gets the lobotomy and everything. My wife was super mad at me when I made her watch that. She cried a lot.
Your
Jack
Nicholson impression just has him in my head now.
I can do a pretty good Jack. I did a video on him on my main channel where I went through kind of his life and his impact and stuff like that, and I did the whole thing in a Jack Nicholson impression. The entire from beginning to end. It was a hell of a project.
I still haven't actually gotten to the point where I've developed any impressions. Like, I've accidentally done a Christopher Walken that I've never been able to do again. Even the dude that I was talking to was like, dude, did you do that on purpose? I'm like, no, how did I do that?
Well, the key to accents is finding a phrase. It's finding a phrase you can say by him. Like, my Christopher Walken stops with, I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Listen, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you.
That's actually really good.
Because the way you start with Christopher Walken, you have to find what's going to be the starting point. And there was a movie called 7 Psychopaths with him in it. And at one
I love
point,
that movie.
No, that was the one.
Yeah,
no, the soldering iron is what was that fucking movie? It made me want to do the voice because I watched 7 Psychopaths and I fucking love that movie. What do you expect? Well, psychopaths. But no, it was Joe Dirt. I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Oh yeah, he wasn't Joe.
He was. He's all over the place.
Janitor.
But he's all over the place. I love Christopher Walken.
Yeah, no, I barely have a German accent that kind of pops up every now and then whenever I'm playing Minecraft by myself.
The German accent can go in a lot of different ways.
I vaguely have a little bit of control over it, but I don't have that much control, and it gets thicker on it has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm mumbling through most of it, and I don't know if I'm speaking clearly.
It's definitely mumbly. It's very mumbly.
I've had a buddy go, no, that's good. You need to lean into it more. I'm like, I'm okay. I feel weird doing voices and stuff, but I've also been told that I have a voice actor's voice. I just need to control it. I've got a wild range of vocal movements. Again, I've never controlled it, so it's just, this is a weird experience the more I get into this.
Oh, there you go.
This was never really an avenue that I was going to go down. And here I am reading a story and getting tips from a more professional voice actor than I am, who can actually turn on. You're closer than I am. Okay, you're more talented than I am. The fact that you're able to just turn on your various accents, whereas mine still kind of slips in by accident whenever I'm playing a game, and I can mildly draw it in on purpose. There is it's definitely humbling to have you do that, and that was actually really cool to see. It's been really cool to sit here and talk to someone who's able to do that. Yeah, no, this is a bit of a an inspiring experience.
Yeah.
I guess you could say my voice acting career has been kind of dead in the water. Dozens of casting call things, no responses. Resbeer's a little slow. Soul Food, I think, is wrapping up his thing. And so yeah, no, the fact that this happened kind of got your talent that you gave me a little tip on. And the fact that you even enjoyed doing this with me at all, like you're still sitting here chatting with me instead of all right, see you later, Hal. That guy was weird.
Nah, man, I mean, that's kind of like what I wanted to do with this little side thing, was just kind of like have people on, have fun, create a backlog, because that's like super important when you're making like these shows and stuff.
Yeah.
To be able to to make enough episodes so you can take a break, because like I said, dude, like with me being dad and stuff, I want to spend as much time as I can like with my kids and stuff. So like when
I try.
Like when
I tried doing
when we took like 2 months off between season 1 and season 2 of the show, and we never stopped working. We just kept cranking out videos so that when we get like, there's constant times where we can't get scheduling or whatever, and we built ourselves a buffer, and then you start to lose that and you got to rebuild it again, and it's just kind of the rigmarole of posting things online.
Yeah, no, I tried with a little bit of a Minecraft video editing thing, and I had one little intro that I was proud of, but I found that I did not enjoy the process of streaming and recording and always having that thought in my mind that somebody's watching over my shoulder playing a game. So I struggle with that one. And I've just now been getting back into streaming, and I've just been kind of quietly, silently just doing it. I haven't even been trying to narrate to myself to try and have a vocal thing to draw people in.
Yeah, no, streaming is definitely a tough world. I don't tend to like streaming that much. I didn't mind it too bad when I was doing drama, but drama is such a hectic world that I didn't want to do it anymore. But it's just such a pain to stream, because you just always got to be like, you got to be on the trends, you got to be on all this other stuff. And I was like, this is a hobby, dude. I want to enjoy myself. I want to have fun. And like, because like just streaming video games, nobody ever cared. Like you're fighting with 80 gajillion other people trying to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to find this stuff to differentiate yourself from everybody else. And it becomes just like this like life absorbing thing. And I didn't ever want this to become life absorbing. I just wanted it to be something I enjoyed. So I completely cut streaming out. The only thing I use the stream button for now is recording footage for actual videos. Like if I'm playing a game that I'm going to make a video on, I record the gameplay and then I cut through the parts that I want out of that stream. That's about all I use the stream button for anymore. It's too much. It really is too much for me to put that much stress on myself, and I have to like dedicate that time. I can't just like jump on, play for a little bit, then go outside, run around outside with my daughter, and then come back in. Ugh. I can't do any of that. Like I have to just be streaming, and that shit sucks.
Yeah, that was my thing. Is I have a habit of play a game for 30 minutes, jump to another game, come back to the original game, play for another 30 minutes. Like I have a project game, then I have a dozen other games that I'll bounce to kind of break the monotony, and then I'll come back to, and that's not a very good streaming mechanic, because then I'm like, okay, now I gotta capture this next window, now I gotta reset that, now I gotta, like, it is not conducive.
Yeah, for sure.
And then of course the audience, I'm not entirely sure if they enjoy that. Well, you were playing that like 5 seconds ago, and then I went to the bathroom and now you're playing something else.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Now you're back to this. Well, look, you've got worse ADD than I do.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's a good place to wrap it up. I think that's a good place. My pants have pulled into my balls so much that there was no oxygen down there. So I need to get up, walk around, and prepare, because I have to do even more stuff today, because life is never ending. But again, I'll say it one more time. Stop gooning in the goddamn closet, boys and girls. It's bad for you. Go outside. Don't goon outside though. That's public indecency. Do that do it in your bedroom or in the bathroom like a normal goddamn person. Anyways, you got anything you want to add before we leave?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything. Come buy my book.
Yeah, buy his book. Buy his book. All right. Jesus.